Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an editing tips video. So I've been getting a lot of questions and you guys have really just been wanting to see an updated editing video, how I edit my YouTube videos, how I use iMovie, all of that stuff. And in reality, there's a decent amount that goes into it, and I did film another video probably 3+ months ago at this point that went over how I edit my YouTube videos and the process, and really that hasn't changed. Like the steps that I follow to edit my YouTube videos hasn't changed, but I definitely do have some tips for you guys in terms of how to take a boring clip and make it more interesting. And specifically, I tend to get a lot of questions about talking scenes. You guys know I do a lot of talking head videos, and I don't know what to say about that, just because I feel like it really comes down to your filming style, and I've shared those tips several times with jumping around, getting different scenes, making sure you're getting different angles, include overlays, all of that. Like, you can definitely take a boring talking head video and make it interesting with your filming style as well as your editing, and I've shared those editing tips before, but today I want to talk about how to take just really a boring clip and make it interesting. So I'm excited for this video, and I just want to say before we get started, thank you so much to Epidemic Sound for sponsoring this video. I'm going to be talking about them a little bit later on, and I'm seriously obsessed with this platform and I just can't wait to share it with you guys. So the first thing that I want to do, we need to film a boring clip. And you guys know that I love to make matcha and feel like that's where we should start. Now, like I've said so many times before, I really do think that it all starts with the way that you are filming your videos. And typically when I am doing a matcha scene, I will move my camera around a lot. So it's not like I'm just setting my camera on the tripod and I'm leaving it there and I'm doing a time lapse. Like, that is not the way that I like to film. And that's my own personal style. So I guess the first thing that I really want to recommend to you guys is actually watch a few of your favorite creators and start taking notes on what you like within their editing style. If you guys have ever watched Emma Chamberlain, her editing is so different from my editing. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my editing tips and the way that I do it. But really, if you do not like my editing style, then I would watch one of your favorite creators, see what they are doing. Like, are they including different overlays? Are they getting different shots like I talk about all the time? Or what are they actually doing? Like, that is going to be the first place for you to figure out how you can better edit your own YouTube videos. But for me, typically a matcha scene, I like to move my camera around a lot. So I'll have it on a tripod at one spot, I will give it in my hand, and I will have you guys walking with me as I grab like my almond milk or something. And let me actually just pop in an example of what my matcha scene would look like if I'm moving my camera around. But specifically for this video, I want to share some tips with you guys in case you leave your camera in one spot, or even if you are trying to jump your camera around, but it's still just like not that interesting. So let's talk about the reality of honestly filming a clip. It is not natural. You know, like your typical day-to-day, when you're emptying the dishwasher, you're doing your laundry, like whatever you do every single day, brushing your teeth, it's pretty thoughtless, you know? It's a brainless activity. You're just doing it because it's habit, it's routine for you. Compared to when you are vlogging it, it is going to take you probably double the amount of time just because you want to get different scenes. Like, you want to actually show that you are grabbing your toothpaste. You want to change the angle and show you brushing your teeth. Like, you need to keep jumping and moving around your camera to get the whole picture. And yes, you could leave your camera in one spot, and I'm going to talk about how you can make those scenes more interesting, but I would really recommend that when you are vlogging or you're trying to get that B-roll, get those different shots. And it may take you so much longer and it's not going to look natural at all, but when you edit it, it's going to look absolutely amazing. So now what I'm going to do, I'm gonna make my matcha, but I'm gonna leave my camera here in this one spot, which feels so unnatural to me, but I truly wanna show you guys how boring this scene is and how interesting you can make it in your editing. So let's start by heating up some water. pains me to film my YouTube video this way because I already know it's not as interesting as it could be. But the one thing that I took into consideration is when I was pulling out each of the things, I did it individually because there's two different editing styles that I can really use. Actually, there's three different editing styles that I could really use. But the first one is probably the easiest one, if I'm being honest, and that's just doing a time lapse of your video. So let's just take that clip and make it a little time lapse so you guys can see what that looks like. The second way that I would edit a YouTube video is just by using the sound. So really cutting it down. You're not changing the pace of the video at all. You're just cutting it down to all the sound. So when I am actually grabbing my mug compared to setting it down, it's going to leave a different noise, and I'm gonna cut it down to that point so it looks like I'm jumping around and it makes it a little bit fast paced. But honestly, I think it's a cool and different way to edit your YouTube video, especially if you're feeling bored or you're feeling like you've included too many time lapses and you need to do something a little bit different. The third way that I like to edit my YouTube video is by doing little like 2-second or 1.5-second clips of you moving in natural time. And I feel like that's really hard to explain, so I'll just include a little clip here for you guys. But I also like doing something like that because it feels a little bit more slower paced and like you guys are really seeing what I am doing without getting all the boring breaks that are in between. So let's wait for the water to heat the whole way up. Now I'm going to stop. I'm going to grab my camera. Boom. So that scene, if I wasn't to do any editing to it, I mean, it was 7 minutes of me making matcha, and to be honest, it was me walking around my kitchen a lot, waiting for my water to finish heating up. That's what it was, and no one honestly wants to watch that boring of a clip, especially when it is dead space, meaning there's not good sound. So I like doing the breakdown of just the clanking noises. So when I set down my matcha, that noise, like I like to do that because it adds a little bit of interest in terms of the sound. But beyond that, guys, you need to add music or sound effects that just take your video up a notch. And this is when we are going to talk about Epidemic Sound. So if you guys were to ask me a couple of months ago what I used to find my music, I would have just said the YouTube audio library that came for free within the Creator Studio. And the main reason why I use that is because I was a little worried about using external platforms or free websites to get music that claimed it was copyright free. Like I didn't ever want to run into a problem where I had a copyright strike, so I just never really moved away from YouTube's Creator Studio. Well, a couple of weeks ago, I ended up trying out Epidemic Sound, and I am seriously obsessed with it. I'm upset that I didn't make the move sooner, and I just want to walk you guys through how to use Epidemic Sound, as well as just show you how the song can really affect the clip within your YouTube video. The super cool thing about Epidemic Sound, honestly, is the way that they organize their music and their tracks. I just think it's so easy to find what you were looking for, and the detail that they go into, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. So let me show you. What I would actually recommend to you guys is go up to this browse section right up at the top, and I want to pick out 2 different songs. So I want to pick out more of a slow paced, like rainy day kind of calm song compared to an upbeat fun song to share how the mood changes of me making my matcha. So the first thing I think we're gonna do, let's go to this hip hop, or should we go to pop section? So I should say up top here, there's genres or there's moods. So let's say I wanted happy, I could click on this happy section, but I do want to go to genres right now. And I think let's actually do pop and we'll see. Now, I love so many things about Epidemic Sound, if I'm being honest with you guys, but one thing I really like is that they have over 30,000 tracks. They have over 30,000 songs on here, and it's being updated weekly, and they really have trendy music. Like honestly, music I feel like I could hear on the radio, and I just feel like it makes my YouTube video seem more relevant. I don't even know if that makes sense, but it just has like a certain vibe to it that I feel like fits today's day and age. So this is what I see. All I did, I clicked on pop, you can see right here. Now they also have it so you could sort through with kind of the mood of the song. So let's say I wanted pop, but I really want it happy. I'm going to click on happy, but it's going to sort, you can see right here, happy. This one also has happy running. This has happy hopeful. So that's just kind of like the mood of the song. As well as, let's say you're going for more of a soul vibe, it will tell you over here the more so type of music that it's going to be. So this one also has 2010s pop, but it's also a soul kind of vibe compared to 1980s pop. So it really gives you a good description of what songs you may want to listen to, so you're not just listening to all 30,000 tracks that they have available. Like, that would be absolutely insane. The other thing that's really awesome is that it differentiates the songs that have vocals, so someone actually singing in it, compared to other ones that are more so just instrumentals, bass, like all of that, just instruments compared to someone singing over it. I really hope that makes sense. And they differentiate that right here. So the ones that have this little icon right here show that it has someone singing, but I wouldn't let this deter you away from a certain song. So I'm just gonna go finally here. Let's click and listen to this one. I've been waiting for this. I think I honestly already used this song in one of my videos. Okay, so the reason why I said if you find a song with vocals and you're not really interested in a song with vocals, I wouldn't let it deter you away from the song, is because with Epidemic Sound, you can actually download different stems within the song. So let's say you absolutely love the instruments or you absolutely love the melody and you just want the singing part, you can actually just download that one part of the song, which is honestly just so cool to me and something that I've never thought about, but honestly, I use it more times than not, which is insane. But sometimes I just like for the song to start a little bit later, or sometimes I just really like the bop that is in the background. Like, I just like the beat. So what you do if you find a song that you like, so I like this Somebody to Love song right here. Let me actually play the beginning of it for you guys. Did you ever stop and think? Like, I really honestly like the instruments, and I'm not even so much in love with like the drums or the bass that comes in there. So if I just click on this instrument stem right here, and honestly, I love that. It's just so calm. It's so chill. Now, I think that that may be a little bit boring if I play it for too long of a period of time, because it is just the same thing over and over again. But I just wanted to share with you guys that if you do not like the bass, if you don't like the drums, or if you don't like the vocals, you can actually just download a specific part of the song, like a specific stem within the song. And I just think it's a really cool feature included within Epidemic Sound. So what I'm going to do, because I really liked this full song, I am going to click on full mix again. Right over here, I'm just going to click on download full mix, and that is going to give me the song that I can include within my YouTube video. Okay, just spent a little bit of time finding two songs that I like. I have a happy song and a sad song, so you guys can see kind of the mood and the vibe that music brings to a YouTube video. Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know one single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. And an extra little bonus tip that I have for you guys is if you have a video where you're doing talking, like I am right now, and then I'm jumping to a scene where there's music and there's no talking, you wanna make sure that your audio levels are pretty close, like they're around the same point. You don't want someone to have to turn up the volume to hear the music, because then once you start talking again, you're gonna blast them. So really take that into consideration when you're reviewing your video. But if you guys wanna get started with Epidemic Sound and give it a try for yourself, they were nice enough to give me a coupon code so you guys can get 2 months free. So if you guys use the code TheContentBug, you can get 2 months free using Epidemic Sound, and I included a link in the description bar down below for you guys. Thank you again to Epidemic Sound for sponsoring this video. I am so pumped to be working with them, but let's get back to the tips. One thing that I do in just about every single one of my videos is I like to add overlays, and you guys have definitely noticed that I do this, whether it is a graphic that I design within Canva, or it's a screen capture of my computer, or even if I'm just saying I respond to comments, I will include a little clip of me typing on my computer. Like, I like to include different overlays to enhance enhance what I am saying, as well as just it takes your video up a notch. Like if you notice that you're filming a video where you're sitting in one spot, you're talking for way too long, and you can include examples of the things that you are talking about, do it. Like get those extra clips, because that's just going to make your video that much better. But one thing that I definitely recommend is if you are designing graphics, like I like to include little text that says, okay, now I'm going to talk about overlays, and it's just kind of like the main point of the video, and that really makes sense for my videos. It may not make as much sense for your videos, but I design all of those through Canva. I absolutely love Canva, and actually any text or things that you guys see pop up on my videos, all of that stuff I design within Canva, and I really do like that platform. But let's say I have a scene where I am making a matcha or I'm going to a restaurant or something. I really like to include a recording screen as an overlay, and I did design that within Canva, but I do that just to make it a little bit more interesting, or it kind of separates my video. Like I don't want my video to just all flow together and be this one big blob. I like to separate it. So I think that by including that recording screen, it does help to just add a little bit more interest. But one thing that I noticed with adding those graphics or things that I've designed within Canva is that moving images tend to perform better compared to stale, just basic, stuck, non-moving. I don't even know what's the right word for that. It's like static images, is that right? Images that do not move, like it's just an image, a picture. Those don't nearly perform as well compared to something that's moving. So you guys may have noticed that some of my graphics I have like me typing, or the words come out in kind of like a typing format. I do that because I want to keep my videos moving. I don't want them to seem stuck in any way. So even my recording screen, for a while I would include the little red dot and it would just stay there, it would stay the same. Now I have two different images that I alternate all throughout the video, and it's insane within the editing process, but one has the red dot and one doesn't, so it looks like the red dot is flashing. And little details like that, guys, really does make a difference, and your audience will notice. So if you guys are trying to design graphics for your YouTube videos, I would recommend try to make them moving in any way, and the way that I do them is really, it's kind of like claymation style, which I feel like who even knows what claymation is these days? Guys, how old is claymation? Do people still do claymation? Anyways, the way you have to look at it is you need to record, or you need to save your images in little steps. So for those texts that I have typing within my YouTube videos, I have to save 20 different graphics with a new letter added so that it looks the way it does. And that's mainly because I use iMovie. I'm pretty sure with Final Cut Pro, you can have several different overlays and it makes it a lot easier to do stuff like that. But within iMovie, you can only have one overlay at a time, and that's the way I have to do it. But like I said in the beginning of this video, this is just my editing style and some things that I take into consideration when I am creating my YouTube videos. I truly think that if you have a boring clip, maybe think about your filming style, try to get different angles, or even if you just add some talking or a little bit more noise or even just music, like that does take your video up a notch, and you can make a boring clip interesting with your editing style. And I just only shared 3 different ways that you could edit a boring clip of like me making matcha, but there are so many other tips that I have for you guys, and I already have other videos talking about my editing process, as well as how to make videos more interesting, how to keep your audience's attention and increase your audience retention rate. So I will include all of those in the description bar down below, but if you guys have any tips for other creators, please share them in the comment section, because you are just helping out other people, and that's so freaking awesome. But hoping that you guys liked this video, found it interesting. Make sure that you check out Epidemic Sound in the description bar down below. An extra just thanks to them for sponsoring this video, and I will see you guys back here on Tuesday with another video, and on Friday with a vlog. Whew, that was a lot. Bye guys. Let's do it. Include a little bit of clip just about this. Wait. Oh, no. I think I want to re-record that. Okay, I got an itch. Wow, that was open. I feel like this is so crook. So you guys can get 2 months 3. What is 2 months 3? I lost it. What I tend to like to do, huh? Up a lot. There you go. Back.